It's a great privilege being here, having opportunity to share some thoughts and ideas with our colleagues and esteemed business person from Greece. I'm coming on behalf of EFCA. It's European Association of Consultant Engineers, and all of our members are coming from national association rather than to business association, since all business association and companies are related to the national level. So for the moment, we are gathering 29 association. Actually, it's countries that represents, and we are trying to expand more. Presently, FIDIC is trying to establish FIDIC Europe, who will engage all other non-European Union countries or pre-accession like Serbia is. We are also having a good partnership with the UK association. They decided to go recently, say 3 to 5 years ago, following their Brexit idea. What EFCA do? We are trying to positively influence all EU legislation. We succeeded to establish much better communication for the moment with European Commission, and we are trying to push more those communication and delegate all problems that certain member association has on their own field. And proudly, I can say we are having once a month teleconference with representatives from European Commission. So should you have some thoughts or some problems, please advise, and to EFCA Secretariat or to me your concerns. Then we also promote fair competition and transparent procurement rules. Jaap de Koning is leading one of our committees that further develop all this procurement strategy. Also having in mind some Scandinavian Finnish, so-called Finnish model of calculation of the quality measures and merits for the procurement session. Also, we are doing a lot of networking and business sharing ideas through our platforms, through our events that regularly is based, but due to COVID issue, I think we skipped last two events, but we are planning to have next year in Istanbul a regular General Assembly meeting. We also publicate a lot of material. It's available on site free of charge. It's State of the Union. Then we are having a BIM and digitalization guideline. Then meet the most advantageous, most economical, advantageous tender procedure prepared by Jaap and his team. Then we are having future trends booklets. We had three trilogy regarding collaborative and agile management. Also, it was referred to new technologies that are available for our sector. I was in that group together with Maurizio Boy, and I'm very proud of this work. Now we continued, and we are trying to establish some other idea how to develop further strategy for the work, and it should be data-driven based decisions. EFCA cooperate with the Architect Council of Europe, then European Federation of Management Consultancies Association. We are sharing the same flat with them in Brussels. Then FIEC, it's European Construction Industry Federation, and European International Contractors. So those guys are following all news and ideas for the international market. So they're very important to all of us in terms of sharing the ideas. Special arrangement we are having with FIDIC EFCA. I had the pleasure in 2010 when Serbian Association, where I'm also vice president for a number of years, I was witnessing first signature between FIDIC and EFCA. There was my friend Panos, who is living in San Francisco now, and Greg Tomopoulos, who was on behalf of FIDIC. They signed a first official agreement, which continues obviously last year between Kevin Rudden and Bill Howard. So EFCA has 6 committees. First committee is BIM and digitalization. We recognize that digitalization is one of the biggest issue for the construction business, since engineers seem to be very conservative and hesitating to adopt all new ideas, including artificial intelligence and other available technologies. Then we are having one committee that are dealing with future leaders, formerly known as young professionals. For the moment, we are trying to support them in terms of to encourage them to share their ideas, since they're close to coming to our businesses and to disrupt our usual work as we know it. So communication with them are really important. Surely there is one competition called Young Future Leader competition, and I was in a jury for a number of years, and I must say it is really amazing work and courage from the project managers that shown, and all this work is available on our site, and I'm inviting you to see what kind of involvement young professionals and future leaders has achieved. The other committee, we are having a European External Action Committee. We are having Ines Ferguson, who are very active on this in this field. She and her team, they developed very good communication with all other European institutions that are dealt with the money and finance and our business, core business. Then we have 3 other committees. One is European Green Deal Committee. It is a reflection on new European Commission established focused on Green Deal sustainability and all other aspects that is needed to be covered, including climate change. We are witnessing now big difference between 5 years back and now. We are having flash flood, flash mudslide, fire problems, then flooding indeed. So we have to take into consideration what shall be done and what measures has to be taken in order to prevent such disasters. Then we are having a future trend committee, as I was saying in a previous slide. So we are focused on digital influence on our business. Mostly, most of them we are familiar with, like structural health monitoring, with insertion of some sensors on bridges and other structures, and we are collecting relevant data, and which allows us to to analyze and to use all this data as a prevention and in measures that shall be taken. Procurement and Contracting Committee is biggest concern for International Market Committee, and I would like to emphasize that 3 colleagues from your organization are participating in our committees, and they are very active. And I'm inviting all of you who are interested in participation on each of 6 committees. It's simply as that you should show your interest and portfolio, what kind of services and work shall you can offer. You can just send us an email and we will continue together. We also in EFCA have 4 task forces. We recognize that communication shall be balanced much better. Since FIDIC Europe appears on the market with us, we agreed that we should change the logo of EFCA, then communicate much better with news and all attractive information regarding our sector. Besides, we are having an industry barometer task force led by Danish colleagues, and they are collecting relevant information with some questionnaires, and please respond on that invitation, since we are trying to get as much information from the field as we can. Then I would play some personal note. This was obligatory part of the presentation related only to EFCA, and I would like to play some personal note from my experience as a managing partner from 2 companies. One company is covering Middle East and North Africa region, and the other is covering market of Western Balkans. So what we are noticed as small medium enterprise challenges is that in the past our clients were asking just 3 major issues to be covered: that your work shall be good, fast, and cheap. And we were puzzled all the time how to resolve this issue, because genuine idea that something shall be good and fast would not be cheap, fast and cheap would not be good, and good and cheap won't be fast. And that was our idea how it works. But now we are having much more issues. We have to deliver more. We have to deliver, beside 3 of that, sustainable, then energy efficient, then smart and carbon free. So all of that shall be taken into consideration for our future work. So in my perspective, we shall take into consideration the following notes. We shall follow life cycle cost strategy with holistic approach for investment planning, including operations and maintenance. However, as a small and medium enterprises, we shall keep focus on our expertise, not go very wide, and find our niche for our businesses. And then we have to go digital and use BIM, Building Information Modeling. So with the help of BIM and digital tools, we can reduce some time for communication, pitfalls between communication, and with that we can have a good planning tool. So BIM will not replace designers. They are using completely different tools, and they are planners actually, not the designers. Then we shall use Internet of Things, like in structural health monitoring, like in collection of available data, and surely we could share with good Internet of Things. We could share all our thoughts. There is another topic. It's use of blockchain technology. Everybody heard about the Bitcoins and these digital financial tools. Now, more and more companies and investors are using blockchain technology for exchange and archiving of the data. So for the successful project, from my point of view, we shall follow 4 tasks. First task is set a project strategy and goals. Nevertheless, we are service or contractors, service providers or contractors. We have to include ourselves in any way to as early involvement in a process when investors start to prepare terms of references and share their idea where they will like to go. So all these relevant processes shall be followed. This slide has been made in 2011, so nothing has been changed over the last 10 years. It's a logic that shall be followed, and it should be taken into consideration a lifespan of the structure, and how we will use and what shall be done during the using of the good. The other task shall be taking into consideration collaboration between the parties and agile approach. Agile approach is what I mentioned early before. It's proactive involvement in a process of preparation of the terms of reference, strategy of the project, and so on. Collaboration is most important for SMEs because we cannot deliver by our own complete project. We shall have partners with us, so collaboration and way of communication is very important. Task number 3, it's coming out of demands of what Nelson has said in a previous brilliant presentation. One of the challenges in a field when you are chosen as or awarded by the client to be an engineer, you have to comply with all role that has been set in subclause 3 in FIDIC model of contracts. Nevertheless, which color it is, as you can see, there is a first portion of project managers that are dealing with the administration of the contract, and the above structure has been dedicated to site supervisors. So a lot of people has to be engaged in a process. So my company is engaged in one big project in Belgrade, under Belgrade waterfront title. It's a high-rise building, 168 meter high, 42 levels, and For the moment, we are having more than 50 engineers involved in a process of administration, approvals, and site supervision. So it is huge investment for a small company to find such a huge number of engineers, especially where we are lacking resources for the moment. Task number 4, it's usually we are dealing with the paperwork, but we found out that dashboards are really important, and squeezing and scrutinizing all relevant data into a couple of pictures, and it is easier to have one picture than to read a number of paperwork, tables, and so on. What is the challenge here? We usually set all this alarm status, all these thresholds, but we have to take into consideration that action plan after alarm status shall be resolved immediately, and in a way that we are having a good collaboration program. We will have also contractors with us who will jump into resolution of certain problem when noted. So that was the key point. And I would emphasize a very big issue that is coming to our company very soon. It's appearance of the youngsters who are coming with their own culture, with all behavior that is not easy to understand. At least I'm having two kids. One is 20, the other is 24 years old. And communication, I'm trying to keep pace with them. But while we are talking, they are doing something with the fingers, with the devices, and we are communicated a lot of time through these mobile phones and so on. But this guy will come into your office fairly soon, not just one. It's a general behavior. So we have taken into consideration how we will communicate with them in the future. So what we should do, I'm suggesting that we shall stay calm and try to understand how to use and control available technology. Talk to youngsters, educate and do the trainings between your own teams. Take opportunity like this event to share some thoughts, to learn what is new, what is going on. Then we should collaborate more, create competition, create communication metrics, who is responsible for which kind of part of work, and whether it is hierarchy mode or agile mode of communication. And I'm really inviting you that all of us, we should communicate and not to hesitate to share our ideas, because it is the only way how we could progress. Calendar of events, we will have on the 5th November DNS directories and secretaries meeting. Until then, you can delegate your calls or concerns to your president and secretary, and they should discuss with all others this idea. On 19th of November, we will have a board of directors meeting. Then 10 March, for the moment, 10 March, we agreed that a regional conference shall be placed in Warsaw together with the FIDIC organization. And in June, we will have a conference followed by a General Assembly meeting in Istanbul. Correct time and venue has not been set yet. So you're invited to participate, to get knowledge your ideas, and That's all from me. Thank you.